Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Barbara.
I'm Barbara.
I'm Barbara.
I'm Barbara.
And I'm Barbara.
I was contemplating saying my real name, but I was like, you know what? Nah.
I think you made the right choice in the end.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm joined by, of course, Gavin, Blaine, and Joe. Great group of people. I'm the one and only Barbara. And I always will be. Thank you for being here today.
You got it. I wore my Hawaiian shirt in honor of Gus. Someone's got to do it on this podcast, and it's going to be me.
Rest in peace, Gus.
Well, don't say that, because then if he dies, it's going to be really shitty.
Very true.
What if he died now?
No.
Would you feel guilty?
No, because it wouldn't be my fault.
Well,
Unless he was listening to the podcast while driving a car and then got so distracted by my joke that he crashed, then yes, I might feel a little guilty. What's up, fellas? How was your weekend?
Jesus.
It was good.
Have you seen Nope?
No, everyone's been talking about Nope, but I haven't seen it
You
yet.
saw Nope?
I still know.
I saw Nope. Yep.
Not crazy
Spoil it.
about it?
I didn't like it.
Spoil it, all of it.
No. I want people to see it.
no,
Gavin,
no, I
have you
wouldn't
seen
spoil
it. Or like you saw it, but did you like it? Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was right. It wasn't as good as Get Out, in my opinion.
Okay.
I heard it was very confusing.
I don't
Or
think
like the directing was really odd.
I'd
from
say
what I heard.
visually immense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good looking.
Sounded?
Okay.
But as a story, I didn't find it that interesting, and I thought Get Out was a lot better.
Yeah. I could see why people would enjoy it. And I also, I never like to yuck on anyone's yum. So, if people enjoyed that movie, I'm not saying because I didn't that they're wrong or anything like that. I'm not like some people we know. Not going to name any names. There's some people who are just so very, set in their ways when they think a movie is bad. They're like, it is bad. Anyone who enjoyed it has bad taste.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no,
it's
I
bad
just
and you
didn't
should
enjoy
feel
it.
bad for thinking it's good.
Right.
That kind of,
exactly. I didn't like it. Trevor did, which is very rare that we both feel differently about a movie.
Eric's been trying to get me to see Ambulance.
One more time.
Ambulance. It's the Michael Bay.
Ambulance.
Oh, Ambulance.
Rules. You can ask Gavin. Ambulance
Yeah, I went.
Rules.
Didn't find the unbeatable combo, but we saw
We
Ambulance.
will never find the unbeatable combo. However, Ambulance, worth your time.
Is it better than Transformers?
Yes. Keep asking me. Absolutely.
Why is that the comparison?
Michael Bay.
Oh, that makes sense. I was like, vehicle movies.
Is it better than Marvel Avengers?
Yes. What else?
And War.
Yes.
Endgame.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie, Eric?
Ambulance. My favorite movie is Major League, but I think Ambulance might be number 2. That movie's insane.
I feel like the trailer, you don't need to see it. You know? I know what happens.
Blaine, as you said to me earlier today, you shouldn't look at the marketing material that's made by a separate company
Damn.
and judge the movie by the marketing
just
material.
caught me. My biggest
As you
arg-
said with no.
You think Bay didn't get a sign-off?
Oh, I think he absolutely did. I'm just throwing it back at Blaine what he told me earlier. today.
We were working out this morning, and,
Oh.
I said the thing that upset me the most about Nope, which I thought was a fantastic film and I loved it to death, was that a lot of people are like, it didn't live up to my expectation after I saw the trailer. And I was like, don't fucking watch the trailer.
I didn't watch the trailer,
Yeah?
and I
Still hated it.
I knew it was about, I knew what it was about, roughly, but I just felt like there was a lot of things I was waiting for it to happen and never happened, or something I loved about Get Out, and even Us to a degree, with Jordan Peele, is he's so good at crafting a story that makes you question a lot of things, and all of a sudden things start to click. And things like realizations start to happen, and there's big climaxes and stuff like that. I felt like there was never really that moment with Nope.
They didn't all fit in together puzzle piece-wise.
The reveals were kind of lackluster to me and a little expected. Nothing blew me away.
There were some things that just didn't have a payoff.
Right.
But I guess that's realistic. I mean, not everything in life, when you prepare for something, you don't always use it.
It's
But
true.
there was a bit where he made a thing.
Right.
But it was did we see that again? What was that about?
I don't know if we did.
What was that? What did
He made
a shotgun?
he with a.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look, I'm gonna go watch Nope. I'm gonna go watch Nope. I'm gonna look for this.
You're just going to look for the twist. Yeah.
That was because he was making that as a result of how that one experience went earlier in the film. God, I'm trying to talk vague.
Yeah.
So that for people in...
I get that. That's how he made that realization.
Well, but that thing made him have a click moment where he was just
It's like Jimmy Neutron's.
He was
we'd
looking
already
at it.
seen
Yeah.
the flashback to that.
I also felt the pacing, especially the first half of the movie, was very slow and a little boring in my opinion. And I felt sorry I'm complaining about this movie so much. You should still go see it.
It's great. You should see it. Absolutely.
It was good at building tension. I
I
would say.
felt like a lot of the characters, especially the main actor, Daniel, what's his last name?
Kaluuya?
Kaluuya?
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm mispronouncing
OJ.
that. He is a fantastic actor, but I felt like he never really had a distinct emotion in that movie. Like I could never tell how he was feeling, and even in like really intense moments, he didn't really portray that kind of emotion.
Yeah, but I feel like I've met people like that.
That's
yeah,
like,
that dude.
it's definitely a
That's,
type
that's
of
like
character.
quite realistic in some people.
he rings like people, like even in my family, and also he seemed like he was going for like young Keith David, who plays his dad. And when I saw Keith David, not knowing Keith David was in it, I fucking lost it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That dude rocks.
Keith David up on his horse.
Yeah, Cowboy Keith David. I also saw it with Alfredo and Jackie, and they are just like, they get so amped on horror. And like, they're like the only other two people that love The Thing as much as I do. So it was just such a great audience to be around because they were just like, they were fucking, what? The whole
horror?
time. Horror, scary, thriller.
Michael was talking to me about it, and he was like, it was more thriller.
Yeah, I
than
didn't think it was
horror.
scary.
But he
There's,
also
like-
said that Stephen Yeun came back it was like portrayed as like a little kid in like a TV, and he said it looked like me. And I saw the picture, and I was like, that is 8-year-old Joe. And I took off my glasses. And he was like, yeah, it does like you. I was like, well, hold on, there's something wrong with the nose. And he has like a little pig nose. So, so technically, I was in that movie.
I want you to recreate the scene that
I
happens.
have no idea what the scene is. You just showed me a picture.
We'll
To the best
stuff
of
you
your
under a
ability.
table.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was just.
And look scared.
It was just.
Wow.
Oh.
You're hiding real
Yeah.
face.
Now we need a side by side.
Uncanny.
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 I had no idea what the scene was, but no idea what the scene was.
Are you going
at
to see
all.
the movie?
I want to, but I keep hearing really mixed reviews.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
should see
I
it.
should
You should
watch
see
it.
it.
I shouldn't watch it.
Like it was a perfectly entertaining and interesting movie. I think my expectations were high with Jordan Peele.
I did hear similar things though that like the pieces didn't really match. Like it kind of felt like it was all over the place in a sense. So I want to watch it just because there's so much hype around it, and of course, like Jordan Peele's movies have always been good. So I just want to see it because of that.
Maybe it just like fulfilled a bunch of niche things that I really like in a movie. Like it had aliens, that's great. It had like a really cool stoic character. They did a here's the plan montage, and I am a fucking sucker for that stuff. Like anytime that's like, this is how we're gonna rob this bank, and then they have a map and all this stuff, like I go crazy for that
Yeah,
stuff.
the ending scene was pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the big plan happening.
Yeah, and then like, I'm again trying not to spoil anything. Did you guys see Thor?
Yeah.
No,
This is definitely
Oh, you haven't
a
seen Thor?
movie.
I was gonna go watch it on a release weekend, and then boom, COVID.
Yeah.
Boom, death.
You and so many other people now. COVID's sweeping through the world again, as it has been for the last 3 years, I guess.
As is
but-
monkeypox. I really hope that that's not like the next thing that we're gonna have to like fucking deal with.
Then didn't they just declare it like state of emergency kind of
Yeah,
situation
emergency. I don't know.
or whatever it's.
Is there a
qualified.
vax for that one?
There is. There's a vaccine for the monkeypox.
Yeah, there
but
is.
it is very, it's very limited because there hasn't been an outbreak like this in a very long time. So
Yeah.
they didn't manufacture that many.
I managed to get an indecently early vaccine for COVID whenever that happened. And I remember telling Armando Torres about it. And he's like, you bitch. You cut the line in front of so many people. What are you, a frontline comedian? And he just like grilled me and made me feel so fucking bad. I regretted that so much. And then I told my therapist, and he's like, no, if you're going to get fight tooth and nail to get a vaccine as soon as you can.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Like stand in front of some old woman? Like what you?
No, there was like in
Stand
Austin,
in front of some old woman.
There was
sound
like
like he was like,
me. There was like a
Get
health
Gertrude.
portal where it's like you could sign up to get it, and it opened up, and then I signed up and just kind of assumed that they like the story that was going around was they had a surplus, and then as the date approached, she was like, oh no, there was a flaw in the system, and I was like, well, I'll see if it maintains, and I'll see if they'll cancel my appointment. They didn't cancel my appointment. I went in, and I was like the most jacked, healthy person in there amongst a bunch of old people. And I was just like, shoot me up, babe.
It's a bunch of like very sick and elderly people coming in.
Fuck out of the way, grandma.
Like comes in lifting weights.
He takes the walker out from underneath there and starts curling. It's like, yeah.
I get 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just I feel like everyone I know has got it at this point.
Yeah.
Monkeypox?
Not mocking. No. God, I hope not.
Monkeypox is actually spreading pretty bad from what I've heard.
And apparently it's horrendous.
Is it transmitted through touch or
It's
is it
aerosols, touch.
It's
contact
typical
surfaces.
fuck, dude.
touch.
It's all the things we feared COVID was, and then we ended up finding out it was just mostly air stuff. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
it's like that, but worse.
It's also it could be apparently transferred in some cases via like fabric. So if you
God.
put a jacket on that someone was wearing who had it, it could be transferred like on your skin that way.
I just pray that this isn't one of those like really bad moments where you could go back and watch this podcast and be like, "Ooh, how little they knew." Like,
I mean, it is.
It is.
Stop.
okay,
That's
fair.
what this podcast's for.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's like a time capsule for all the dumb fuck things that we're thinking in the moment.
100%. That's just what. And then people go, look at these 8 things that they got wrong. Imagine recording yourself for 90 minutes once a week where you just had to fill time and then having the audacity to go to people and be like, can you believe they were wrong 8 times?
Dude, preaching to the fucking choir, man.
Dude.
I've been wrong on so many things, but also like, yeah, because you're talking for 2 hours a week, every single week about whatever.
I mean, a lot of
Bound to
life
get it wrong.
is being wrong.
Right,
You can't-
and learning.
You're not going to nail
Life
it.
is a lesson.
I still
you
remember
go.
back in like,
Constant
I think it
lesson.
was either January or February of 2020 when we were talking about COVID, and we're like, it's like a cold, like it'll be fine. And then Gus is like, come to RTX, I'll spit in your mouth.
RTX did not happen for 2 years.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I like moments like that. I mean, it's all just like reflective of the time, isn't it? Like that's sort of how the media was around that time of like,
Yeah,
eh.
it's just a
And then
cold.
it was like, ooh.
Yeah,
And
we were like
ooh.
reporting that it was like, oh, it was the B strain of the flu that came around early this year, not the A strain or whatever it was. And
Yeah.
it was like not entirely true.
just people learn things as things change and
Yeah.
information comes
Influenza
to light.
C, COVID.
I'm still thinking
was.
back to like the week that we were going into lockdown, and I think we like came in for one last day of filming before, and there was this thing that we shot where it was me wrestling Chris while he was trying to do like what's
Charades.
that? Charades.
Yeah, charades.
Yeah. And I had wrestled him with my shirt off, and then you can see me in the background in one shirt wiping my body with Lysol wipes, like that was going to do anything.
Yeah.
Because we just didn't know.
Well, I still remember I didn't want to touch anyone because of that, and I was wearing gloves because I didn't want to touch anyone. But the only gloves I had were like those like winter like little mittens.
Yeah.
So I'm just like doing charades with these things on.
It's so stupid.
How little we knew. I also remember back in I think it was like a podcast in 2012. We were talking about the word selfie, and we're like, "That's so dumb. That'll never catch on."
Oh god. Now it's literally like programmed like official like selfie cam.
Now
you
it's
know?
like instead of the word photo, people are like, "Can we take a selfie?"
I think the
probably-
question I asked was, is it selfie like self or is it selfie like cell phone?
Cell phone, yeah, like CELL.
You got Blaine thinking. He cocked his head back. He's like,
We made a show last week.
Yeah, you did. I guess we could talk about it now because you guys are done filming, but
We can't really talk about any of it.
no, but I mean,
but
like,
we made it.
I think last week we didn't want to mention that you guys were filming in case like it became obvious that someone was streaming or doing something at a time when they should have been filming. I don't know. I was paranoid that it would somehow slip.
It's fucking blast. Like summer camp. Like, I mean, can we talk about it? Should we say?
You filmed Survive Block Island,
Yeah.
season 2, Meltdown.
Yeah, Meltdown. Whee! Coming out in September.
Yeah, it was Blaine, Gavin, Meg, Andrew, Michael, Blizz, Bear, Jack, Little Lexi, Fuya,
Blessing.
Blessing, John Holland, Lindsay Washburn,
and that's it.
And
that's it.
some dickhead named Trevor.
Trevor Holland.
No,
hate that guy.
I remember you guys talking about after y'all had filmed that like you were pretty new to the company and hadn't interacted with like John and stuff like that. But then you guys suddenly bonded after like around a week of filming and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was cool. Basically, everyone in that in the first season, I didn't know except for who was an achievement hunter.
And even that was, like,
and even
barely
then
new.
it was like very fresh. Like I didn't know them like on a personal level really. It was like you know, oh, I'm new to achievement hunter. These are my new coworkers. You know, like these are my new friends, and I haven't really interacted with them too much. So it was kind of cool because it was like I think all those people I bonded with them in Minecraft over anything else, and then I finally got to meet them like weeks or months later after that.
I'm so excited to watch it back because it's basically like, you know, Andrew Panton and have known him for years. This is like my first time ever interacting with Andrew Panton, and all of our stuff is filmed. Like, you get to see the growing of Andrew Panton and I's relationship, and it's so fucking weird.
If any of it makes the cut.
True. No. I mean, we were filming hours of content, so who knows what's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be a whole library.
Yeah, you sort of
days.
you make it and you think, man, we could make like a half an hour episode just out of the stuff I did this episode.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
know.
But there's like 2 teams and like people everywhere. It's like I'm just hoping I get some screen time here and there.
That's something that is such a shame because obviously to get more footage edited, you need like more editorial resources behind stuff, which costs money and blah 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 blah. But man, I wish there could just be like a series page uploaded just for like bonus content from Block Island.
Raw Block Island.
Or just like conversations or just like funny moments that happen that will
There's-
never make the final cut.
There's moments like we get these exploratory periods where we go out and try to find like, totems, or we can like build base or just do kind of chores and stuff. And you don't know if you're out there alone or what and stuff like that, but then you'll see like a little pebble move on the ground and it's someone walking and filming you, but they're invisible.
Yeah.
So then you're like, you're like more performative. There's this whole thing, it was the exact same thing, Gav. Like, I had this huge, elaborate, stupid fucking thing happen, and I was like, I hope that makes the cut. And if it doesn't, it's funny to me, but no one else will see it.
It's really interesting the way the proxy chat works and how freaking alone you feel if you just walk away from everyone. Like,
Yeah.
you can actually get lost.
Did it actually work for you guys?
Yeah, did it not for you?
No, so we got proxy chat and then it broke a million times.
The first day of filming it,
Yeah.
that's why it took so long to start for us, was like proxy chat kept breaking. So they had to manually do it for us.
Oh,
Like
worked.
moved us channel to channel based on like who was near who.
Interesting.
So
Oh,
it
that
was
sucks.
a lot of work for
It
the
worked
team.
really well for us.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to be very vague with who and what and any of this stuff, but there was a moment with the proxy chat where I was mining. I was like several feet underground, some people, and I could hear them, and then I started just trolling them because like they're like, where is Blaine? And then I'm just like, ooh, where am I? And I'm just like, I'm literally underneath them, and they don't know.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's just, oh my God, it's so much fucking fun.
Yeah, I had some moments where I'd like wander off, and you could just hear everyone getting more quiet. And you're like, oh, you're right, I'm on my own now. But then you see like the cameraman footsteps.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you just be like off on your own, and it's just like, where did I come from? Hello.
Yeah.
And there's like no footsteps around, and you're just like, guys. And I'd like genuinely feel lost.
Did I tell you what happened to me in season 1 where I started going the wrong way by myself? So I was off like talking to people and I was like, I'm gonna go find this like other person. And I started walking, but I'm terrible with direction, especially in video games. And so I just started like going to the opposite end of the beach. And I was walking and all of a sudden I get slapped. Like my character gets hit and like gets knocked back. And I go, that was weird. And I keep going and it happens again. And I go, huh. And then I turn around and start going the other way. It turns out it was Trevor. It was like a cam-opping me, and he just like slapped me because he's like, "You're just gonna run to the end of the beach and like
funny.
not get content here." So
Wasn't there a part? I think it made it to a final cut. Wasn't there a part where you were talking and then you went the wrong direction and then you realized you were alone? You were like, guys, I don't know if that was was it in the fun? Isn't that the one that?
So
It might
it's
have
been
been a
out
different
for
one.
a while now, but essentially one of the like it was when it was me, Joe, Alfredo, and John left in the game, and we got back after just voting someone out, and we're like, all right, well, I guess we're all gonna split off and talk now, and then John and Alfredo go off and talk, and I go, hey, Joe, you want to talk to me? Joe?
Guys,
Guys? Anyone? And you're like, you were just nowhere. You just like left.
You were just standing there like spinning around in a circle. You were like, hello?
It was very sad.
I'm trying to comb through non-spoiler things, and I don't think this will make any sort of cut. But there's a moment where, I'd get in a boat and I'd go exploring, and I was out in the water, and as I'm swimming, I start to hear Michael off in the distance, and I realize that I'm rowing past an interview area. So I see like camera crew, lights, and Michael's little avatar, and I'm just going like, in the
I hope that's in the background.
You're in the background. That'd be
That's
so fun.
so.
and I was just like, oh.
It seems like they learned a lot for season 2, like from season 1, because not only did you guys filmed it last week, but it's also coming out pretty fast
Yeah.
compared to how it was season 1, where I think it took them like 4 months.
We filmed in January.
We
Yeah.
should never end making the show. There should always be a dedicated crew making Survive Block Island. It is so much like it is by far our best content. Please go watch season 1. I watched it just to catch up because you have been pushing me to watch it, and like I saw the RTX panels fucking packed, and I guess I just didn't quite get the hype. And then I watched episode 1. I was like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing or just episode 1?
No, I watched the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you did too.
I did.
think, right? Yeah. I think a lot of people to prepare for filming this season just kind of watch the first season if they didn't already.
You would have been foolish not to.
Yeah.
I want to
Learn a
go
lot.
back. I want to go back to Block Island. Now that I've been here and I know people and like
Yeah.
I've built those relationships, I feel like it could be so much fun.
Be completely
to
different
redo it.
dynamic.
Yeah, it'd be very different.
I don't know if I'd ever want to do it again.
You
that's
said
not,
that to me the other
That's not
day.
like I had a fantastic time filming that show. I think like we all did. Everyone who was in it loved it. But God, it is so stressful. And like not stressful in a way like a normal show we would film is. It's like socially stressful.
Yeah.
Of just like having to lie to people or like play mind games and
It's like playing Among Us over the course of
10 hours a day.
several hours a day. Yeah.
yeah.
It's it just really takes a toll on you. And yeah, I had bad sleep at times, because I was just like thinking about, what other people are thinking and what I was going to do and all. Yeah. So
Yep.
it's fun.
Yeah,
Good
I was
time.
sleeping like shit. The last two the times I was in it, I was so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of like the long days and the stress that comes with it. I
Just
know.
like not being able to wind down as much as normal. Like you just get home and you're just like,
well, you're
just,
thinking
like, so
about
much happened. and, like,
everything you did.
what does this mean for the game?
I know. That was me basically whenever I was not filming, I was thinking about what to do the next day. I don't know about you.
Mine was filled with running upstairs and telling Destiny what was going on. I was like, you'll never believe what happened.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is a crazy shit.
Yeah.
And so she was like, she got like a front row seat to seeing everything. And then but seeing how much stuff got cut out too was like, oh my God, because you didn't realize all the other stuff happening on the other teams.
Oh, I know.
And so when you put it all together, it's like, oh, this is juicy.
There was a whole thing of us talking about French fries and mayo
Yeah.
that like obviously got cut from the show,
Yeah. But they left I think we talked about it on the panel, I think, when we were there, but the entire bit was I got betrayed because me and Fredo were talking Final Four, like, yeah, I can't wait to get back home, get back, to the States and get off this island. I was like, I can't wait to eat French fries and mayonnaise. And then Alfredo just takes a long pause and is like, what did you just say? I was like, French fries and mayonnaise. He was like, what are you? And I was like, is that not normal? And he was like, I gotta go. And he just left.
Yeah, but then he went off to like me and asked the question, and then went to John and started talking about French fries and mayo. It's like a whole running plot.
And that's why I got
It's
betrayed.
never-
That's why I got betrayed, because Alfredo didn't like my taste in food. And so that's why when I got smited, I said, French fries and mayonnaise and then Trevor smited me, and he was like, I couldn't let him go on with that sentence.
That was one of my favorite parts of Block Island. Whenever someone got voted off, they would literally get like executed in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I liked Matt's exit the best. He's just like,
Anyway.
I went in knowing if I were to get voted out, what my thing would be. Yeah. It's like I was so excited to get into it. Like day one, fun
I
time.
think it's going to be such a fun show to watch, especially like as being in the first season. It's like you pretty much know what happens throughout the whole thing. And so like watching it was still really cool, and seeing how everything was edited together and what happened with like the people you weren't necessarily talking to all the time. But like seeing a whole new group of people come in and do it is going to be so much fun. Also, like the whole Meltdown aspect too is going to be like a completely different vibe to the show,
Yeah.
which is very fun.
Yeah, definitely threw some twists in there.
yeah, I don't think I've ever been so excited for something I've been in to come out.
Yeah.
It's
Like
also
a lot of time, I'm like happy with what we made, and I'm like, but I don't need to watch it that quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's like I just lived it. But so much of this I didn't live.
It's true.
I dreaded hardcore mini golf coming out. I was like, episode like 2 or 3,
Oh,
whatever
man.
I am in, and we're doing with Chris, like that'll be fun. But like, I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it. No thanks. I don't know how they're gonna edit that shit. This is just bad.
I don't think either of us enjoyed that last episode.
Man, it was wild. Plus, like,
I enjoyed it.
What? I know Eric and Michael did. Yeah, I'm sure you did. That was actually like a nice bro moment for you and me, Gav, because I think after the fact you texted me and you're very real and candid, and you're like, I don't like how that went for you. And I was like, thanks, man. It's very sweet.
You should watch if you haven't yet.
I haven't.
You should check out Hardcore Mini Golf.
Hardcore Mini Golf, and
Just watch the last episode.
just last one, no context.
Yeah.
It's like me at my most athletic and me at my least athletic, all in one show. It's incredible.
Also, you're dressed as Hulk Hogan.
no, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man, sorry. Different, wrong character.
But
I think it's in the first episode. I'm dressed as some golf turf. I'm dressed as like the ground, and I lie down on the ground, and Fiona plays her ball off basically my penis, and she just clubbed the tip of my penis. The very first thing I did on that show, I was like, "Oh, what a start!"
Yep.
When we bring it back, I'll just wear a ghillie suit.
ooh, that'd be a fun
And
one.
I won't even play the game. I'll just hide the entire time.
That's actually really clever.
Michael's character had just like, he was like the white Counter-Strike counter-terrorist look.
Oh, okay.
With like the mask and everything.
His golf club had a scope, and Eric just kicked the ball.
You're like a 70s.
She was just
what
Eric.
was like the character?
I was just having a good time.
Well, like, I mean, it's been years, so whatever. At that point, the pandemic was hitting. We didn't know what the fuck was going on, so we had someone else in mind. So then they couldn't come. So then we're like, Eric, get in here. And we're like, what do you want to be for your like? What happened to costume?
I just told Erica, like, like real, like, sleazy 70s thing. She went, don't worry, I got it. And then dressed me as that, and it was like, great. Just kick the ball, which was a real problem for all the producers on the show, that I was kicking the ball. There's going to be stroke penalties. This isn't real. It's fine. We're going to be okay.
Nothing matters.
Going
it
back
was
to
fun.
good to Block Island, my favorite thing that Trevor did is when he wants you to shut up, he'll say, tut, tut.
That's new. That didn't happen.
Trevor's good because obviously he has to like make and plan almost everything and host it, but also keep everyone in line without being stern. And he's able to like host and like slap people down and tell them to shut up in a really funny way where everyone just laughs. Well, it must be the most exhausting for him of all people, I think.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, he does such a phenomenal job with Block Island in terms of like, developing the show and then actually hosting it. But it's not just hosting it. You also have to pay attention to all the story beats so that you could ask people the right questions or like say the right things in moments to get the right drama out of people.
Yeah. And when he's not hosting, he's like camming. He's invisible, flying around and stuff.
He's also cam-opping. So he had, I think, a stream deck this season, but he didn't last time. So he'd have to like tab out of things and move things around off screens to get to different things.
I honestly started seeing him as his little Minecraft guy because it was just so real. Like sometimes, like one time he was introing a challenge or something, and he just like slipped and fell off, and you just hear like, and then you went, God damn! And it's like he actually like fell off the stage. It's just so real.
I don't know what like Lil Lexi and Fuya look like, but I know exactly what their Minecraft skins are. And I would like, that's how I associate with them.
I still see Joe as Pikachu.
The shitty Pikachu.
Dude,
little
it was the
Pikachu.
worst thing when I was wearing the helmet.
Yeah.
Like when you guys were talking about when we were filming first season, they were like, "You look fucking like you look scary
You
in that
look
helmet." I was like, "What are
angry.
you talking about?"
It's just the
and
eyes
then
really
yeah,
cut
and then finally I saw like the first episode come out, and it's like all you see is the little pupil, and then I would tilt my head back, and it's like, "Hello."
Yeah.
Why? What made you pick that? Like, do you have a history with that skin?
No, it was I started, I joined Achievement Hunter, and then my first skin that I ever like, I guess, debuted as was the buff Cyndaquil in Gmod. So I was like, I'm gonna continue with these shitty Pokemon skins. And then I found the worst Pikachu that you could possibly imagine on a Minecraft skin. I just chose
So
it.
great. I honestly, like, after filming for a week with that show, I couldn't picture people not as those Minecraft skins for a very long time.
Well, it's cool too, because like, I mean, Jack, Michael, Gavin all have history with Minecraft, and you already kind of we've seen these skins.
You guys
You've
all
been a
use
creeper forever.
Your normal ones, right, for the show?
I've been the creeper for 10 years.
Yeah.
But at some point, when we moved over to the PC, the skin got a little bit messed up. I think it was like after maybe we did a You Dead, and we got a little bit zombified, and then they gave me my real skin back. But I've got like black stripes on the back of my arms.
Oh.
I've got like racing stripes.
Could you not change it?
I'm sure I could. It happened about 5 years ago, and I've just never done anything about it.
They have a thick model and a thin model, and then if you switched it to the thin model, that would go away. And we told you that, and you're like, I don't care.
Couldn't be bothered.
What is Jack's character? He has a helmet.
He's the
It's
Trials guy.
Trials, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The motorcycle video game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought he was Doom guy, but like shitty Doom guy.
Nah, he's shitty Trasker.
I heard that Fuya has a duck skin.
It's your skin.
With like a hat and a like boots or something like that, or some shorts or something.
And this is you can watch the trailer because the trailer's out or the teaser.
I mean, just a Minecraft skin.
But yeah, it's you, but in camouflage, and she would do like military like things early on. I don't. Yeah,
I love Fuya. I'm so excited to see her in the show.
she's a little goblin.
She's a little goblin. Yeah,
She
I love
like
her.
with Minecraft, it's so emotive. Like you can move your little character and you can look around, and she would just be like walking by you, and she'd go, and she'd like punch you, and you're like, the fuck is wrong with
I
this
love
person?
her. I love her so much. But yeah, Trevor, the tut thing he was telling me about that. He's like, I had to, tell people to kind of listen up, and I would just be like, tut tut.
What did he say to us? I think he was always just like, all right, you blockheads. He kept calling us blockheads.
Blackheads.
Yeah.
We were also pretty well behaved, I think, most of the time.
Yeah, I think we were also, all of us were a little lost.
Yeah.
Michael was in our production, so I think you can kind of grasp how under control we were.
Nah, everyone's super well behaved.
It's good times.
I can't wait to see it.
Sounds like a lot of
Comes out
fun.
in what, September?
I feel a little bad that we kind of spoiled some of season 1, but
How so?
I said who's like our final 4 were.
Oh, it's
Before it came out?
No, just right now.
Oh.
Before it came out. That would
Well,
be
I
awful.
mean, like,
we did talk
Jessica-
about it on the panel too, so it's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Jessica also said who won like a month ago.
Oh, that's true.
wait, was that a spoiler? Like she said it ahead of time?
No, like
For their season.
our season that had already been out, but there's still some people who are watching or like maybe want to get first when this season comes out and watch both. You should still watch the first season if you know things about it.
there's a lot of context in the first season that you're missing that we've talked about today. So
Yeah.
So RTX happened 3 weeks ago, and that's like our one opportunity where we get to see like all of Funhouse and all of our friends from like across the states and stuff. And I love working with Patrick Brown from Funhouse. He's fucking hilarious. But my goal for Block Island was to not be Patrick because he had like the worst arc of any person in Minecraft. Survive Block Island.
I kind of, he got a little screwed over with like
But he
the
was-
team swap ups and who he was placed with and
He
stuff like
looked
that.
so bad. It was really funny. But Patrick is a very funny guy.
I kept calling him Johnny Bravo because he had like a black t-shirt and jeans and like yellow hair. Every time I saw him, I'd go,
but he had like really beady eyes too on his
And a
like,
mustache.
Yeah, it's like really small, like tiny pupils.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
All those Funhouse peeps are. Charlotte absolutely killed it on our season.
Charlotte was our saving grace in terms of comedic relief and
Oh, yeah.
humor.
So great.
What else do we have going on? What other productions are down in the pipeline?
We have Red Dragon Inn coming out
That's right.
right now
Episode 3 is on its way.
this week, I think.
2's out already.
One
That
and
was
two?
another fun one.
Yeah, I realized very quickly that the character I did in Hardcore Mini Golf was like a little chimney sweep, like Cockney accent chimney sweep. And then for Red Dragon Inn, I'm playing like a little child Cockney accent as well. And I'm like, I got one and done.
Son of Chimney Sweep.
Yeah. It's a lot of this, right, isn't it?
How's the accuracy?
It's very good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank you.
I ripped my pants probably 4 times on Red Dragon Inn.
You
You'll
ripped your
see-
real pants?
The pants that Erica gave me they're like it's literally 2 burlap sacks sewn together with thread, and because I'm playing like the bouncer character, I'm carrying people out or escorting people out when they get out in the game, and I just kept fucking ripping my pants, and it's like have you ripped your pants?
I actually just recently ripped my pants.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
Was
so
it
share.
in content?
yeah, I guess I could say it. It's my first show that I'm like producing.
Nice.
And I ripped my fucking pants. And what made it worse is then other people continued to rip my pants more. And then I ripped my own pants.
Was
a
it in
little
the
bit more.
front or the back?
It was literally right in the crotch area.
Oh.
Like literally right there. And then
It was in
worse.
it was in an area where I was surprised that people were delving in and ripping it.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Yes. And you'll have to wait for that, but I mean that's a little teaser for that. But hey, it makes me feel better. Makes you feel better. Because
Yeah.
I didn't even know I ripped my pants until that happened. And then it just progressively got worse.
I saw you that day that you ripped your pants. I just realized.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you were walking around here, I think.
And then I found an extra pair of pants in my car and I changed to the parking lot because I was like, I am not going back to
You
the
have
office with this.
spare pants in your car?
I didn't know I did. I don't know where they came from, but I know they were mine.
Well, just in case, one of our stages here has a ton of wardrobe if you ever need something to get yourself out of a pickle.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah.
called Chris's second closet.
Well, Michael offered to give me a pair of random sweatpants he found in his car, and I was like, I think I'll take my random pants over your random pants.
What's the worst item of clothing to borrow from someone other than underwear?
Ooh,
Socks isn't great.
Socks is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Ball gag?
It's pretty personal, yeah. I don't lend mine to anybody. Just for me, baby.
Ripping your pants is awful because, like, I was very aware when it happened because sometimes you'll get a noise, but most of the time it's the rush of, like, cold breeze that hits your dick and balls, and you're like, that's not, like, I either shit my pants, cut something, and now shot a bunch of blood into my underwear, or I ripped my pants.
It's very, very different scenarios.
Yeah.
Here it's surely different because it's so hot here. You just get a rush of heat.
Well,
No, it was like because you're sweating, so
okay.
your pants are bundling all that up, and then that air
So
just
it's the air against the moisture.
yeah.
man, having a penis. What's that like?
Doingy.
Floppy.
Doing. John ripped his pants when we were trying to do something we saw on TikTok, as we should never do because we're all in our 30s.
Yeah.
But it was like a physical challenge. I think we'll probably put the video out pretty soon. But he's wearing like jean shorts and he does it. And then he just goes, I ripped my pants. And he turns around and there's this entire scene that's just like ripped all along his ass.
You've always got to be careful showing people that because how do you know you haven't ripped boxers too?
It'd be pretty hard to rip boxers, though. I mean, let's be honest.
Fabric, yeah.
No, I do it all the time. They naturally rip themselves without.
Yeah, well, if you've had them for a while, sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's supposed to be stretchy and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if the fabric's worn out, sure. But, like, you know, you talk about on a regular basis, people aren't just ripping their boxers in half.
Yeah, put in chat if you ever ripped your boxers.
Yeah.
Before. I'm curious.
Let us know if you're showing home.
Or any underwear. Yeah.
Well, some aren't elastic. Some are more rigid, aren't they? Like
Yeah,
old,
yeah,
like
that's true.
shorts style.
Yeah.
I had this
More
phase.
boxers rather than boxer briefs.
Yeah.
Probably it was like pre-pandemic, probably like 2016, 2017, where I just stopped wearing underwear and I just started just going commando.
In sweatpants?
No, just like
In
just
jeans?
in general. Like it was summer, and I was just like, I'm just not gonna wear underwear. And I'm glad that that didn't happen when I was in my pants ripping phase. Like, I'm glad that those two didn't overlap.
That'd be such a shock.
But then I started switching. Man, my underwear experience is weird because it was a girlfriend that I had in college.
Is that the title of this? My underwear experience is weird.
She called me out because I had just been wearing like boxer briefs, but they're like really loose and baggy, almost boxers. And she, at one point, like we had just hung out, and she was like, "You look like you're wearing an adult diaper." And then that point on, I was very.
You just had like a big floppy gusset.
yeah. It's just like my ass like hung out and was all baggy and just looked.
Just need to fill it out a little bit more, though. That's all it is.
I did have flat ass.
squats,
Yeah.
You know?
But then I started switching to like athletic wear underwear, and that's all I wear now is boxers. It's just like really like just
They're cozy, though.
yeah,
They're very comfy.
breathable. It's good.
I don't rip a lot of stuff. I remember when we were doing the AH Live tour. At some point during the night, I was stood next to Iffy on stage, and it was like the first time I was on stage with him, and I didn't know what he was going to do. And he just, in the middle of speaking, just ripped his shirt off, and I
This
like
way?
he just tore it off.
He just kept ripping his shirts.
Yeah,
That was
but
his thing.
But he was like completely backlit, and it just like ripped off, and I saw all this like particles come off. It was like I guess a combination of like tiny fabric and sweat. It just came off as a mist, and I was right next to him, and I just went, and I just inhaled it all. And I was like, wow, there are really two types of people in the world. It's the person who's like buff and amazing physique, and the guy who inhales his dust. I was like, those are the two people. I was just like,
What's the worst? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! If he's one of those dudes where I look up to him, I respect him a lot. I'm always questioning my friendship with him because like I feel like he's too cool for me. I saw him at RTX and I went up and he and Fiona were doing like photos with some people, and I came up and lowered my mask because I was wearing a hat because I was just trying to walk around the floor, and I was like, "Hi, Iffy." He didn't say anything. He just picked me up and carried me around and just swung me around. I've
He's
never
so
smelled.
strong.
I've never felt more small.
Yeah.
He just was just like, I was a rag
That
doll.
man laid me out during AH Live.
Hell yeah.
He accidentally kneed me in my sternum, like my solar legs, and I just got the wind knocked out of me. But he kneed me really hard, and then he picked me up and slammed me down on the couch.
I'm gonna guess
I
this
think I
was the
got-
wrestling segment.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I have that in slow-mo from my
Yeah,
phone.
you do. Yeah, you do. It was accidental. He like I turned around when he was going for a fake knee on Fiona. Fiona left, and then he just clocked me right into my chest. And then I was literally like ragdoll, and he was carrying me over his shoulder and just pull at me.
You
down.
get backstage and you're like,
Yeah. And I was hosting it, so it was like when I was trying to cast it, I was like,
yeah, winded.
Yeah, he's lifted me up a few times too. And then at that AH Live tour, I tried to lift him up. Very heavy, man. I got him, I think, like an inch off the ground. Like
Yeah.
I could see his
Oh, that's
tips
impressive.
doing like this, and I was like, just like lifting him person. I couldn't do it.
250, somewhere around there.
He's, I mean,
Yeah.
he's just pure muscle,
Yeah,
right? Like,
It's impressive.
he is a very impressive person. He's in Red Dragon Inn as well, and he, I think, is like the barbarian character.
It's also like he's fucking massive. He's huge and like
The nicest person in the world. Though.
Yeah, and he was also walking around like no shirt, and we were between takes, and that could last like an hour or two, and he's still just hanging out like with just a loincloth,
Just
like
on his phone.
He's the most body positive. Like he doesn't give a fuck. And it's just like it's so cool. If he's so cool.
Yeah, he's great. I wish he was in Austin more often. I wish everyone was in Austin more often.
Yeah.
Let's just have RTX all year round.
Let's do it.
Bummed to miss you there, Gavin.
Yeah, it was a wedding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It was good. Family wedding. When I was told the date, I was like, that is unfortunate.
Yeah. It's one of those things that are just impossible to move.
Yeah. It's probably the one thing that I wouldn't go to RTX for. It's like a family blood relative event
Yep.
that you just can't miss.
We missed you.
Was there any like do you ever experience like culture shock going either way? Is it like still weird coming back from there, or do you like forget things and then miss them when you go over there?
Yeah, I think I end up just feeling like a foreigner in both places. I think I don't belong in either.
Jesus.
Kinda sad.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
Gavin has no home.
He's no home. He's a nomad.
He's a nomad, yeah.
What do you, like, because we've lived here now quite a long time, you and I,
Yeah.
in Austin, in the States in general. So, like, do you consider this home now, or like,
Yeah. This is the only
Yeah.
place I've owned a home.
yeah.
It's got cats.
But it's weird going back. And when you've been away from somewhere for a long time, you kind of assume that it's the same when you go back. Like you see the people, it's like, yeah, but everyone's so different, and nobody's around anymore. And like I don't recognize any of the people on TV.
Yeah.
weird.
It's like a whole new world.
Yeah.
I had a really weird experience this past weekend. I was looking at Instagram, and I follow some people I went to high school with on Instagram. And I'm going through people's stories, and there was like a wedding that was going on of like someone I went to high school with, her sister was getting married, but a bunch of people from my high school are still all friends. And so like a bunch of them were there. And it was like stories of the wedding and like all these things that were happening. And then like the dance floor part of the night where everyone's dancing and filming. And I'm like, I've never seen the people I went to high school with who are now in their 30s being like white girl dancing. I've never seen that before. I've just like experienced like high schoolers dancing, but now everyone's like with kids or married and stuff like that. I'm like, this is so weird to see like my high school friends grown up dancing at a wedding. And it's like, celebrate good times come. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah. Getting
Uncanny.
old.
I never really see high school friends anymore. I mean, I didn't really have that many in high school to begin with, but like I don't really even see half of them anymore. Or like what they're doing in their lives. It just feels weird when you do see them, and it's like, oh my god, you're a completely different person
Yeah.
from the last time I left. Like,
Or they have like a 10-year-old or something.
yeah, exactly.
Do you ever experience a thing where you reconnect with like your best friends and then you're hanging out and you're like, we have nothing in common anymore?
I thankfully never had that. I have one friend I can not see for like 6 years, and I
Yeah.
just go and sit down with him in a pub or like go to the driving range or do something we used to do, and it's like exactly the same.
Oh, that's nice.
That is really nice.
I envy that.
I have one of those.
I also think it's important. I think a lot of people think like if you're friends with someone, you should be friends with them forever. But people change and like people grow apart. Like I have a friend I recently caught up with who used to be best friends with this other girl. And this other girl got into some conspiracy theory kind of things and
Cool.
like some views that not a lot of us maybe agree with, and like they completely drifted apart. And she's like, she's just a different person now. I'm like, yeah, people change. People like start thinking in different ways and get exposed to different types of.
Do you think you could still be friends with that person though, or would it be difficult?
It would be difficult. Yeah, just because it's like there's some things that are just very morally important, I think, to some of us that this person doesn't agree with.
Also, just not sharing a lot of common ground.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of mutual interests that you could talk about if they're.
Like, personally, I think everyone should have like basic human rights and stuff like that. And if like there's things that they don't agree with, it's like that's hard to be friends with.
Bold.
Yeah.
I do have friends where just politics doesn't come up though. And you can, like, I know that they disagree, but I can still be friends with them just because I've known them so long.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people, I'm not going to specify who, but there's some people in my life who are at the opposite end of the political spectrum than I am, but we know not to ever bring it up.
That's the silent agreement with my family. And anytime it's come up, it's like, it's not good. And me yelling at you and arguing with you isn't going to change your mind any more than them yelling at me and arguing with me is going to change my mind. So it's just like, you just don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a question for a room because we all have partners. Do you guys have a best friend, or is your partner considered your best friend?
Trevor's my best friend for sure.
I think my partner is my best friend as well.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
It's like stuff I would share that I wouldn't share with like anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a really personal question, and we're asking it in front of like thousands of people. But yeah, it's something I deeply worry about. It's like, am I a loser for my girlfriend being my best friend? And
Not at
do
all.
I not have enough friends?
I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign of trust and,
Comfortability.
Comfortability. And I think that you don't really find that with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's different. It's a different friendship too. Like I would say outside of my relationship, Jeff is probably my best friend. And it's like a completely different friendship.
All right, well, I'm sitting right here.
yeah. Also, that's a hard question for me to answer because realistically, I don't think I've had really any friends for like 4 or 5 years before coming here.
Is it because you like finished school and then kind of were like doing your own
I
thing?
think for me it was I dropped out of high school when I was like 15.
Oh,
drifted
wow.
apart from people, was doing adult things as a kid, trying to figure that out.
I had no
and
idea.
then
I didn't know that.
and then yeah, so like I didn't really get the high school experience, so I didn't really have a lot of friends, but I was also like a black sheep, like an outlier for a lot of things.
Interesting.
Were you like too smart for school that you had to leave?
I wish. I was smart though. It was kind of sad. I got offered basically a full ride to a good college in
Oh, shit.
Colorado if I had completed high school with a certain GPA and a certain standard, but then I had to drop out. So then I was like, I could have gotten the full ride, but honestly, I wouldn't really change it. I don't know. I think that
New
Yeah,
series.
it's hard to look
Joe
back on-
goes back to high school.
hell yeah.
It's hard to look back on stuff you missed out on and be like, I wish I could go back and do that. Because it's like, but you wouldn't end up the same person.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't change who I am today for anything.
You also learn a lot by missing out on things or having to like deal with things differently and
Yeah.
figure
Oh yeah,
out.
I
figure out
felt
this
way weird with people like in my age range when I was younger. I always felt like I just didn't click with them.
Like
and
you
it was
felt like
always-
you were more mature, or
I don't think it was like viewing myself as more mature, but it's like always like the older people I clicked with more because I had more in common with them in
Yeah.
my younger life than I did.
Were you
with the people who
better
were
at Halo
living
than
normal.
all of them?
I don't know. I only played Halo a select few amount of times because I never owned an Xbox.
Ah.
I know Gavin was better at Halo than most people. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, most people in my tiny town until Xbox Live became a thing.
Oh God.
And I wasn't very good at all.
Then you realize, yeah, how shitty you are. But yeah, I don't think it's lame to have your best friend be your significant other at all. I think again, I think that's like a sign of closeness and like, I don't know. I don't know who would be my best friend otherwise though.
Hey, I'm right here.
No, I've thought about that too. Like I've gone through, it's weird because I think I've fallen into this groove where Kristen's obviously my best friend, but I think like the other friends that I have are friends for specific things. Not that it's like I see friends as utilitarian.
A friend to help you
only. No, I'm seen as that friend for other people. But like Eric would probably be like my, baseball working out buddy. I think, you would be one of my movie buddies.
Matrix buddy.
Yeah, very niche. We're not very good friends, are we?
Just Matrix.
Like Barbara, we have mutual interests. Chris would be a friend for certain like things, like.
Well, it's like depending on, I see what you're saying. It's like depending on the activity that you're partaking in, you would invite certain friends for certain things.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going swimming or something, there's like a group of people who I would typically want to go swimming with, or seeing a movie, there's like a people who I would invite for that, or game night or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like board game friends.
I'm so excited because it's like planning a sleepover, but Prey is coming out on August 5th. This is not sponsored by Prey. It's a prequel to Predator. Predator's my favorite movie, and I have successfully not gotten Kristen to look into it, or gotten Kristen to not look into it. So she doesn't know what it is, but she also likes Predator. And we're going to watch it, and we're going to get home-sliced pizza, and it's just going to be like the fucking best night this Friday. And I'm so stoked.
It's good. I keep hearing about it.
Home
You
slice?
haven't had home slice?
I haven't had it yet.
I was literally going to ask, like, how's being in Austin?
I think I know what you two are friends now.
Yeah,
doing.
We're home slice friends.
Home slice friends, yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah?
It feels more like home here than Colorado was, like how it felt, even though I was there for like 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
I had no idea. Dude, Joe, I know nothing about you.
I know, well,
Learning
because
so much.
we don't really get to see each other or hang out because
And you guys were on Block Island.
and we weren't on Block Island together. You chose the wrong season to be on. Blaine. But no, I love it here.
I'm blown away at how easily you've slipped into the middle of it, especially Achievement Hunter. You've slotted in as a complete freak. Like everyone's a freak, and you're just able to just like splat, like immediately.
I'll do anything and everything. I don't care.
I think the one of the times I was in the Achievement Hunter office recently, I was in a conference room and I just see these inflatable baby legs walk by, and Joe opens the door and he's like in this giant inflatable baby costume, and I'm like,
Yeah, we did a VR video and they call me Babyhands, and the VR game was called Babyhands.
Yep.
So
I saw someone in the comments say something about, oh yeah, so baby hands, huh? And I looked at your hands and was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
well, Alfredo made that joke that my hands were really small when I first joined Achievement Hunter. Well, before, I think I was just guessing in the office. And off frame, me and him like put hands together, and he was like, wow, they're so tiny. And then it just stuck with me ever
Your
since.
hands seem normal size.
Yeah,
to
and then I
me.
went to RTX. People are like, do you really have baby hands? And so I had a bunch of people at RTX put up their hands to mine. They're like, they're actually big. They're not baby hands. I was like, what did you think? I'm just like a 6 foot tall man with hands that are this small. Like,
I know one person like that. Anyway,
former president.
moving on.
Yeah, I don't think I knew you were from Colorado.
Yeah.
yeah, came from Denver. It was
I just went there.
rough. It was a rough move. It was a fast move.
And that was also right around Block Island too. Not to bring it up again, but I think you were moving like
the week
weekend.
that we filmed Block Island. Like we finished filming on Friday. I then had to pack away my computer, everything, and then leave the next morning at 5 a.m.
Whoa, you were remote for Block Island? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I mean, I guess we had people
Pretty
too,
much
but-
everyone was remote. I think there was like a few people who got set up in studio who
Yeah.
didn't have like what they needed at home. But yeah, that's another great part of Block Island is it could all be remote.
Did you have
Film
like,
anybody.
what was the drive like from Denver? I imagine you got like a U-Haul and all
It
that
was so
shit.
easy. No, so I did pods. So I had pods move all my stuff
cool.
for me. What sucked was we had drove 2 hours out from my house towards Texas, and pods calls me and goes, "You guys did not put a lock on the pod, and I was you didn't lock the lock." And I was like, I'm pretty sure I did. No, it's unlocked, and I can't move the pod until it's locked. The thing is, forgot to leave my keys there.
Oh my
for
God, dude.
my mom who was at the house, and so I had to drive back 2 hours.
Oh my God.
So those 4 hours extra added to our trip.
You didn't think that was a sign that you just shouldn't move?
and then so I got there, locked it up, and then we drove. It was a really easy drive though.
That's good.
I drove the entire way, like really no brakes, just gas, food, and just going. And we got to Texas. I was like, oh my God, that was a really fast drive.
You didn't stop at to sleep at?
Sleep over, no?
No, we just did it straight. So I was
What-
up at
how many
5
hours?
in the morning, and then we didn't get to Texas till 2 in the morning.
Oh
So it was
God.
about 21 hours total.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I guess with that you had the extra 2 hour drive back.
Yeah.
Is that accounted for?
It accounted for it. Yeah. It did. It wasn't bad though. I actually really enjoyed it. It was a nice, peaceful drive because
Yeah.
Texas is so flat
Yeah.
that it just like
You don't have
There's
to be
no
on your
hills.
toes as much.
Yeah, I go, and if I see a cop, I can just slow down right away because there's no hills, nothing.
Do you use cruise control when you drive long distances?
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
do?
I was going like 95, 100 the entire way.
Holy shit, dude.
I was flying, but
Jesus.
one
How much
thing-
of it were you asleep?
Oh, about half. If I had a Tesla, it'd probably be. One thing that was rough on the drive was there's so many little towns on the way to Austin from Texas. So like every 30 miles, there'd be like a small town. So the speed limit drops from like 80 to 25.
Yeah, when you're going
you
through
got
those
the
little cities.
one red light in the middle of town.
Yep. So we kept hitting those. So it's like I'm going fast, slowing down, going fast, slowing down. So I think that's what kept me awake though, is just knowing that.
I don't really understand why the highways go through all that.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't they just to the side of everything? So you
Never
just-
understood that.
You've
Yeah.
had to dip through Oklahoma and shit, right?
Yeah, we like the tiny little part of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between a highway and a freeway, right? Like a highway, I think sometimes could have like traffic lights and stuff like that, but a freeway, I think, is just like a nonstop thing, which is what I'm more accustomed to from Canada. I'm
Yeah.
not used to highways having like traffic lights and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like in England, the motorway is always just something you have to go to first. You're never like in a city with one going through. Like, I used to live in a place in Austin where you open the front door and there's just literally the highway. You could see it above all the houses. It's like this right here in front of everyone. It's so
Yeah.
loud.
The crazy part too is like, especially some areas, it's like a gas station or like a restaurant will be just off the road, like off the side, not off an exit, but just there. And it's like merging onto that highway.
Fucking terrifying.
It's terrifying. You gotta hope that there's a red light close by that you can get on.
Before I moved, I used to live in an apartment complex that was downtown, but it's right on 35 to the point where I had like a kind of a corner-ish unit and I could hear the highway just throughout the day and night. You could just hear it. And I didn't realize how big of an effect that auditory noise and all that just like constantly like digging at my like sanity, how much of an impact it has until I moved to a quiet neighborhood. Kayla sent me this video and it was about like the importance of noise pollution and like how it impacts your mental health and shit like that. And it's
really bad for you.
dude, like it's super bad for you. Like people get more aggressive. They have a harder time like focusing. I just remember like the worst weeks of me living in Austin downtown where they have these things where it's like it's a bunch of bikers coming from all over the place.
Oh yeah,
And it's just a big bike rally. And like I don't give a shit about motorcycles, but when there's like literally several thousand bikers in downtown and they're all going, roar, 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 you just like you want to kill someone.
Yeah. And then they have their dogs with them going, roar, 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 roar. Yeah, I'm sure you guys heard about it. It was a few months ago at this point, but the trucker convoy that happened in Ottawa in Canada.
Oh yeah.
I have family that lives downtown Ottawa, and that went on for I think 3.5 weeks.
Did they just stop traffic in and out?
It
or
was
just-
it was just I don't know how many thousands of trucks were just inundating the city and just completely parked downtown, constantly honking, constantly making noise, constantly on. It was like a protest to the mask mandate, even though like 94% of the people who attended this convoy were vaccinated, and like I don't know why they're trying to be like America for some reason. I don't know
like
what the point of it was.
I mean, Ted Cruz went up there to support them, so that tells you all you need to know, I guess.
yeah. Our favorite person. But yeah, it was just like, it was literally driving people insane. And because it was like almost a month straight of just constant, like big trucks,
Yeah.
like 18 wheelers.
Yeah, that's what happened when I moved, because I bought a house in Colorado right before I moved here, and I bought a brand new house there, and so I moved there 3 months before I moved to Austin. Oh my God. But we had moved from a house that was like really old. I think it was like a 1950s house in like downtown Denver. That the wall, there's like no noise insulation, nothing. People like pop off like mortar fireworks every day. Like it's just so loud there. And then we moved to this one where it's like double insulated. There's like we live like it's like close to an airport, so like planes would fly over and you wouldn't even hear them in the new house. And so like at night, I almost got like anxious because there was no noise and it was so quiet. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like something feels wrong.
Yeah.
So you're just there setting off mortars in the...
Yeah. So I was the one. I was the one
home.
then going out and like banging on trash cans and stuff. Like, yeah, this is more like home now. But I think it is a true, like, it affects your mental health, because I didn't realize how mad I felt like at the other house until I moved to the like peace and quiet.
Yeah. It's fucking wild. Even just like walking my dog, I feel like dog walks get more peaceful now when we're in this quiet neighborhood, as opposed to like we're just like we're a block or two away from 6th Street, and you just be like booming stereos and stuff like that. But wait, when did you buy your first house? How old were you?
24.
Good God, dude.
Hell yeah.
I got lucky. I really did get lucky, right? Because before I was streaming, and streaming was pretty successful for me, I got very lucky with, you know, the support I was receiving. Because like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be buying a house. But I got lucky. I also bought when the market wasn't super terrible in Colorado. So like, the house is already
A lot of things lined up.
skyrocketed from what I contracted it at. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what did they say? It's like success is when luck meets preparation. And so
Yeah.
it's like, you also should give yourself credit for the work you put into what you do and stuff like that. So it's like saying, I got lucky. It's like, but you also worked hard.
No,
Yeah.
the stars aligned. And I was just there.
I just showed up.
I was just laying in the grass, and then like,
Ripping your pants.
boom, like the convergence happened, and everything fell into place.
Yeah, exactly. They just blessed you. Here's a house.
Here's the house.
I think before I die, I would like to try and make the leaf blower illegal. Just the gas-powered leaf blower.
like permanently illegal, or just at certain times of the day?
all the time.
Okay.
What is the goddamn point? So
You're just moving dirt from one area to another.
where I live now, it's like every Monday, this apartment complex has people come and blow the leaves out into the street. They blow them across the road. Literally the next day, it's either them or a completely different team blowing them all back. And it's just like a really slow war of dead leaves going back and forth this massive road. And I'm just listening to it.
Why don't they make a leaf vacuum at this point?
You know, like an electric one that's not actually like spewing pap all over the place.
Right.
I just really hate them.
I don't
And there's a
blame
lot
you.
better things I could be working on with my life. But I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
So shove the leaf blower up everyone's ass.
I would love to see you accomplish that. How could we, as a team here at Rooster Teeth, make the leaf blower illegal?
Or like at least pass a standard for like a minimum decibel, you know, to where
Yeah.
it's like it.
Yeah.
I
It's
can get
not
behind
even
this.
because some loud noises are like, well, it's pretty cool though. But there's nothing cool about for 35 minutes at a time.
Every single morning?
Just not cool.
No, dude. I used to, when I
Twats.
lived in Montreal, I lived downtown Montreal, and there was something like kind of nice about like general city bustling sounds. Like hearing like, never too loud, but like sirens in the background and like cars driving and like things passing by. I don't know. It felt like kind of cozy in a way.
I had a pretty well insulated. I used to live in a co-op in college, and it was by a fire station, and I would hear the truck go off every now and then. But like, it was a different level of noise than my previous place I was complaining about.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's like the ambience, you know. It's
Yeah.
like kind of nice and relaxing at the point.
Makes you feel like, less alone.
One of my favorite memories was in regards to a leaf blower. It was at an apartment complex. It was on 18th and Lavaca, and this guy was like, it was like 9 or 10 p.m. Like sun had set like an hour or two before, and I just heard this like lawnmower kick into gear, and I like look out my window and there's this dude in like pitch black mowing this like strip of grass that was by this convenience store that I lived by. And I like rolled up my window and I was like, is this really happening? And then I hear this guy like a couple of units away was just like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And he just starts screaming at this guy who's mowing this lawn, and they were just shouting at each other. It was the funniest. It's fucking 10 p.m. at night. And he's like, I'm almost done. He's like, do it to fucking tomorrow.
It's like a scene out of a sitcom.
When I went to New York, there was someone who was like blasting their stereo and making a bunch of noise at the Airbnb I was staying at, and I was like, I might as well, you know, like when in Rome, and I rolled up my window like, shut the fuck up!
Did they?
I don't think they did, but there was like
When in Rome.
safety and anonymity. I'm one of like thousands of these, you know, units,
Yeah.
and I just scream at this
But
person.
I feel like New York is like the city you could do that, and it's like no one's gonna be like, what the hell's with that guy?
Yeah. Man, yelling at, just screaming at someone.
You have a great yell though. I feel like if I'm trying to get animated and scream at strangers, not that I'm ever doing that, it'd be like, hey! It's never like,
You got the voice crack.
never, yeah. It's never a solid yell.
I still remember there was that episode of the RT podcast we did years ago where people were making a bunch of noise in the kitchen. And like we filmed the podcast the same day or at the same time every single Monday. People know what's going on. And I think it was when Bernie was still here and he just got so pissed and he moved the microphone away and he just went, hey! Shut the hell up in there! Hey! We're filming the podcast! And it was just like the funniest but also the scariest thing. I was just like, I don't know if he's actually mad.
It's because whether he's mad or pretending, he still goes bright red with the veins.
We did that egg Jeopardy thing, and I was
peace.
watching a clip. It was me like falling onto a bunch of eggs, and I just go fuck, and then I say there's fucking eggs everywhere, and I watched it and I was like, this looks like it reminded me so much of Bernie, and it kind of warmed my heart a little bit. I was like, oh, it's like a Bernie. It was my Bernie moment because he used to do that. He had this like rage where he'd be like. His voice would be kind of shaky. he sounds mental.
Yeah, I always loved it when I could get him to like sit up or lean forward in a podcast. Like if he like closes his laptop, he's like, "Listen about the airport construction."
Yep. A classic. We love that silent rage.
Yeah,
That egg Jeopardy.
it's weird, dude.
Fucking nasty as shit,
The
y'all.
episode that Blaine was in was vastly different from the one that we filmed.
They were, I mean, it's some of, I think, the funniest content we've ever put out. It's just the most unhinged thing I've ever seen. But people eating raw eggs, I can't watch that. That's my limit, I
It
think.
fucking sucked.
What does it taste like? Does it taste like egg?
You know the smell of raw eggs?
Yeah.
That's exactly. It's so weird. It's exactly what it tastes like. Like it's just like this. It almost smells like it. Like it tastes like spit that's been sitting.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I know exactly what you're.
That spit smell.
Yep.
That's what eggs taste like.
Did anybody else watch Rocky and then decided to drink raw eggs after they saw that?
Nope.
Nope.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, I don't have a problem with raw eggs, but like apparently the eggs that we had were like slightly expired.
Oh yeah, they'd been sitting under studio lights for
So-
like a whole day.
So they tasted a little off, especially the hard-boiled ones. Because there was a point where I was just shoving them in my mouth and biting them.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, it was like egg roulette. So it was like, Kayla kept getting the raw ones. And then me and Fredo kept getting the hard-boiled ones. But like, we had an egg cracker, and I wouldn't even let Trevor grab the egg cracker. As soon as he came to me, I grabbed the egg and I put it in my mouth and I bit in half. And I just started eating it, eggshell and all.
Lord.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, just everything about an egg is. You just got to get it right. Like the shell is gross. It's gross raw. There are even cooked versions of egg that just suck.
Yeah. There's a very particular type of egg that's like, okay, I could eat this now, and it's actually like appetizing, and I want it. And then there's a very small sliver where it becomes gag worthy.
Yeah, sometimes you get like hotel eggs, like the big vat, and it's been there like under a hot plate all morning, and you open it, and all the egg sweat comes down the lid, and it's just like
Pools
juice.
up.
It's like,
Yeah. And it's clearly like the powdered eggs too. They're like
Yeah.
tiny little clumps of it. I'll delete this.
My high school used to make amazing powdered eggs and toast, and I would just like that was like my post football practice meal, and it was
They gave you
Words should
breakfast.
not go together. Amazing powdered eggs.
Yeah.
so good, dude. It was wild.
An oxymoron.
so what is they make an egg and grind it up? What is it?
Yeah, so what they do is they freeze dry an egg.
Okay.
And they,
Raw.
Yeah, and then they crush into a powder, like what you were doing earlier. Crush into a powder, and then they
love
snort it, put it into the can. That's where you get powdered eggs. That's not how you get powdered eggs. I assume.
Was that? Oh wow.
I have no idea how. I actually have no idea how powdered eggs
I
are
think
made.
it might be
I
on
believed
something.
you all the way up to the
Are
end
they?
of it.
I wanna say
I wanna
you're
say that
close.
they're actually like freeze dried or something, right?
It's-
And then like ground.
It's
I don't know.
probably the same thing as like
Eric.
powdered milk, where you just
What's a powdered egg, Eric?
Also, I just looked at the wide shot and I was like, what angle are we? What camera is filming us there?
Low one. Right
Is that
there.
on wide?
Well, I mean, it's the jib, but a powdered egg is a fully dehydrated egg. So just imagine taking an egg
liquid.
and then dehydrating it, and then
okay.
You make it wet and feed it to
It's
Blaine
egg
after
jerky.
he plays football.
When
And
we
it's
were
amazing.
When we were shooting Egg Game, I was sitting over there, and something really awkward had happened. But that's like all the day of filming was just a bunch of series of weird, awkward things. And Michael looks at me and is like, "Do you think someone's gonna lose their job because of this?"
Blaine, it was nice working with you.
I heard the cleanup was not fun for the crew that had it. I felt so bad for the cleanup crew.
This whole room reeked
It smelled so bad.
of old spit.
Of old spit and eggs.
Yeah,
It was bad.
I'm not gonna be able to hold it in. I need to take a piss.
Go pee.
All right, we'll just wait. We won't talk about anything until you get back.
This is why I like the RT podcast. Off topic, you have the mic, so sometimes you got to make sure,
You turn
it off, or else someone's going to hear you pee.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't want Blaine to miss this conversation.
Let's just sit. Well, let's just sit here in silence.
Yeah, that'll make for
Blaine
great
can Yeah.
podcast content.
Yeah.
Should we
Alright.
just start counting?
Start now.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten up and
Shut
gone
up,
to the
Eric.
bathroom
We're
if you wanted
going.
Good
We're
content.
started already.
Sit here. We'll use this time to say one nice thing about Blaine each.
Okay.
If I could switch lives with anyone at Rooster Teeth, it would be Blaine.
Really? Wow, that's like a huge compliment.
Wow. Whoa.
We'll have to dive into that later.
I think he said the same about me once, but I think I would swap back.
Blaine is one of the most talented writer, director, actor, etc., creative people I've ever met.
Okay. If I could have anyone break a watermelon with their thighs over my head, it would be Blaine.
Whoa, that's a big compliment.
I had a whole interview on a SBI that just turned into like how much I like Blaine.
Really? Oh my god.
None of it will be in probably.
See, I love Blaine, but I just haven't had really much time with him. Like out.
Well, when
like-
you guys go get home slice,
Oh yeah, when we get home slice,
you could bond.
We'll have a bromant.
A
Be nice.
bromant.
Yeah, bromant.
Have we hung out of work?
Once laser tag.
Laser tag.
That was fun.
You went to my birthday.
I went to your birthday.
That's still to this day is like one of my favorite.
It was so
things
much
we've ever
fun.
done.
Blaine was there, right?
My favorite moment.
I think he
he
couldn't
couldn't
make
go.
it. Yeah.
I think I invited him. Oh,
My
freaked out.
favorite
Well, he's not
moment
here,
is when
so
me and Gavin were sitting in a. I found Gavin sitting in a corner, cowering. We were playing the zombie mode, and then I was like, "What are you doing, Gavin?" He's like, "They're everywhere," and I was like, "Can I come sit by you?" And so we were just sitting in this corner, chatting it up on the ground, and then eventually people find us
like this.
Yeah,
And I think Alyssa ran around the corner
Yeah.
as a zombie. It was like, and we were like, ah.
We should do that again.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't invite Eric because Eric's too good at laser tag. I didn't know this about Eric. He's
Eric
fucking
was a little rat. That's why.
dominating at laser tag.
I'm just a good shot.
How many times have you been
To what?
laser tag?
To blazer tag?
Just to any laser tag.
I've only played laser tag probably like 3 or 4 times. So here's the thing.
Are you just good with guns?
Yeah, and it kind of sucks to say because it's not cool to be good with guns.
Oh, look at that
But
fucking guy. He's cool with guns.
I'm a good shot. I'm just a good shot. Since I was like a kid, we would go out to like the desert and like shoot clay pigeons and stuff. And I've always just been a good shot with like a 22 with a shotgun. But that's the thing, like,
Damn.
and then you play laser tag and you're like, this is fun. I'm good at this, but you can't like telling people, yeah, I'm pretty good with a gun. Kind of fucking sucks. So you can't really say that.
At least you're in the right state for it.
Yeah, bummer.
I'm assuming you guys are talking about the laser tag place you went to, and I think I mentioned this, but they have this briefing room where they're telling you how to play laser tag as if you don't fucking know. It's the same movie that they've been playing for years.
Oh, we could tell.
Oh yeah.
Did I talk about this on the podcast?
Yeah, I
already?
think we talked about it after my birthday.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a giant vibrator. There's like a subwoofer under
Yeah,
your
the,
balls.
the subwoofer under the seat and shaking you.
Yeah, we should do that again, and we should do boat again.
Oh yeah.
When's boat?
Why are people
We were supposed to do
complimenting
boat for my birthday, but
boat?
like just go out on a
Go on a boat.
rent a boat and just
Yeah,
like go
like a
out on the
pontoon.
lake.
Like for Eric's birthday.
It's fucking great. And have you tried those Bud Light sodas?
The seltzers.
No.
They come with every boat you rent.
They're like Coca-Cola. They have like cherry Coke, Sprite, and orange soda, Bud Lights.
What?
And they will fuck your world up because they taste exactly like what they're trying to mimic, but it's alcohol.
Oh damn.
It's very
I'll bring you into
dangerous.
work. You can get drunk. It's okay.
Would you
I'll sip
prefer
on a little bit.
if there was a product that you invented that was invented where you could just drink normal soft drinks, but right before that you just took a pill that gave you alcohol over like a 4-hour period. And you would just get drunk, but through drinking whatever you want.
I think that's just called an edible.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
But it was like slow release alcohol.
Yeah,
to the
I think that's just called an edible.
Yeah.
Slow release.
All right, this product may already exist.
Yeah,
okay.
but no, I get what you're saying. But
You just take the same concept as powdered eggs, but you make powdered vodka.
powdered vodka.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you
Pop
and then you-
one every
yeah,
half
then
hour.
then you get a little pill crusher, pill maker. pop it
Freeze
into-
dry the vodka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grind
Put them
it
in a
out.
buffet at a hotel.
I just realized why I've been needing to piss so much. My girlfriend bought this for me. It is the.
What's the
It's
volume on
128
that?
I think it's
ounce, no?
64 ounce.
It looks bigger than that.
I'm pretty sure it's the 128s, no?
I have no
Blaine
idea.
is holding a giant Yeti for
60,
those who are
64
listening.
ounce.
How many cups is that?
That's 8 cups.
I don't
'Cause
know.
A cup is 8 ounces.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's eight cups.
It's 8 cups.
How
Yeah.
many cups in a gallon?
A gallon's what? 128. So then that's
A gallon?
16, right? Isn't that 128?
I think it's
64, right? Or
I
is it
think it's
64?
16 cups. Yeah. I think I know why you're doing this. Yeah.
Anyways, there's a lot of water in there.
Yeah.
It's
I get it.
I wonder, like, I was showing it to Eric and I was explaining, like, why do they put, when they're doing, like, organ transplants, why do they put hearts in, like, a box filled with styrofoam and ice? Like, why wouldn't they use something like this?
Do they do that?
Yeah, like, when you're doing an organ transplant, they give it to you in, like a baby little foam or, like, igloo cooler.
You're saying that they should have reusable heart boxes or like heart flasks?
Yeah, like, this,
They
if
probably
this were to
don't
get in a
wanna-
car accident, it would survive. The heart inside would be totally
I
fine.
I think
imagine
the heart would slam into the side of it.
But this is what's the styrofoam? It's just gonna like.
But it's so big. There's like so much cushionage.
Yeah. The styrofoam would also absorb the shock better than that metal.
What would you rather be hit in the head with, the heart styrofoam box or that?
I'd rather be in one of these than a styrofoam box if I were to
You would
get
just
hit.
rattle around like you're in a can.
You can insulate it.
I think you're talking about mostly the insulation that comes with that kind of thing versus styrofoam, right? Is that or
It's a combination
or
of the
protection.
temperature protection, but also like this thing's bulletproof.
If I had to guess, it's probably because they have disposable things they use for stuff like that. Because there's probably something about contamination with things that they don't want to use a reusable thing that they would just
Fair.
want. Although, I mean, they use plenty of stuff that's like knives and shit for surgery that
Yeah.
they reuse on other people. So yeah, I
You
don't
think they
know.
ever use a snake knife for surgery?
a steak
steak
knife?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm sure
think
someone
so.
stabbed someone in the throat with a steak knife to get something out. Get a bit of steak out.
Yeah. It's a prized piece, the Adam's apple.
Yeah, it's the most delicious
It's
part
the
of
most
the body.
delicious cut. It's like the filet mignon of humans.
Shall we test that theory?
Not
Hey,
with me.
someday.
What's the most you've ever spent on a meal?
Oh.
How much is an
like, per
Adam's apple?
For just like
pretty expensive.
you and a date. I think I dropped like 300 or 400 at a steakhouse not too long ago.
I would say like 300 to 400 as well.
Yeah, that seemed like a lot. That seemed like if my 20-year-old self found out about that, he'd be fucking angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like a PlayStation.
Well, not in today's climate, you know.
True.
About half a PlayStation.
Delicious half a PlayStation.
I still don't have a PS5.
I would say like 300 to 400.
Gotta Stray. Woo! Stray's a good game. You ever play Stray? Nobody?
No,
I haven't played it yet.
Trevor and I have been playing. God, I keep forgetting the name of this game.
Poo game?
It's a poo
What?
poo game. It's a game where it's like it's a co-op game, and you're two little bundles of string, and you're attached by one big string, and it's like
Unravel game?
Unraveled.
Unraveled. Unraveled, I guess is the name. Unraveled 2, I think, is the one we're playing. It's fun because we had such a great time playing It Takes Two that we wanted to find another game like that to play. And Unraveled 2 is very fun. I love puzzle games where you have to like figure out mechanics and stuff like that together.
My girlfriend and I do this all the time. I was reevaluating the games that we played early on when we first started dating because that's how we dated. And our first game that we kind of technically met in was In Silence,
Oh God!
where it's that giant horror monster that can hear things. And that's how I met my girlfriend.
Didn't we?
How are you?
We played that once where we were trying to be as loud as possible, right?
I think we tried to race the perimeter to see who would survive.
Oh, it was like First to Die or something like that.
Something along those lines, but
We were just like, hey,
You're just trying to get his attention.
Have you guys ever played Escape the Ayawaki?
No, what is that?
It's like that, where the monster can hear your voice, your mic, but it's like a really scary horror version of Michael Jackson. And it's actually fucking terrifying because he like crawls around on all four.
You're drinking that like a baby's
He crawls around
bottle.
on all fours, but then when he's like hunting you, he goes hee hee.
Ooh.
But it's like really creepy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that
You should
sounds
play
like it would be.
Escape the Ayawaki.
I've seen modded versions of like Half-Life where it's like one of the doctors and it's like, hello, Mr. Freeman. Like there's so many weird mods on the internet that you can do that shit with.
Meg and I recently played. Yesterday we played Battle Chess.
Battle chess?
Yeah, like an MS-DOS game from the 90s where the pieces like, have like little shitty fights. And like the rook turns into like a big stone monster. And it's just chess.
Then you're free to check the king. No, Ron, you can't.
Why didn't he jump off that thing?
I think about that all the time.
Like just stand on it and as it hits, just jump off then.
Right.
What
Not
is
very-
it? He's going to sacrifice himself.
He's gonna sacrifice
I love that
himself.
fucking TikTok. It's so good.
I love that scene. Well, maybe we should wrap it early. What do we think about that?
Yeah, what the heck?
Let's do it.
Oh, hang on, wait.
Oh, what do we need to?
Hey, go to rtxevent.com and you can buy tickets to see Off Topic Live in New York.
Oh yeah.
So RTX is
This
done.
Saturday.
It's 3 weeks ago.
Blaine, shut up. Go to rtxevent.com, buy tickets. Who's going? Michael, Alfredo, Kai, BK, all live in New York City. New York City.
New York City, July 30th. Tickets on sale now.
Oh, we have a thing. That's great. Recreo's going to be there too. That'll be great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it goes. Oh,
What one's happening after that?
I think that's the last one.
Done. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're done.
Yeah.
Mike said there's more, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, there's no
guess
more.
we'll wait and see.
That's the last one of the tour. Yup. Well, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. Tune in on July 27th for a very special Switchfork stream.
1 p.m. Central Time here and on Twitch, I think, and on YouTube probably.
Is that your face jam?
Yeah, we're releasing the Switchfork. We'll go live at 1, and then I think at 1:10 is when we're releasing the Switchfork.
Can you give me one of those?
I can try.
Please
They're gonna
do.
sell out.
Yeah, I know. I want one because I'm an employee.
I can try.
All right,
Oh,
thank
can I employee have one?
What does that mean?
He's getting one because he's an employee, but I am as well.
you. Can we both get one?
Hey, Eric, I don't need one. I got,
thanks, Barbara.
I got a
Can
lot
Can I
of
take
forks.
Barb's?
Yeah, you get great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This
there,
is
yeah.
But he also
appreciate it.
needs another one, so we need 4.
Yeah.
great.
Did you get a baseball?
We need forks.
Yeah.
Was it signed?
I don't remember.
Signed.
I think I put it back in for it so someone else could get it because I felt bad because there weren't enough.
Well,
There's not enough baseballs.
Hmm.
Need more
well.
baseballs.
Also, one more thing before we go. I know we talk about it on a lot of podcasts, but please check out Tales from the Stinky Dragon. It's our D&D podcast, and we're really proud of it, and we really love making it. And we'd be so appreciative if you could check out the first episode or any of the episodes and see if you like it. But yeah, it would mean a lot to us.
Yep, it's a good show.
We love it.
And SBI.
And Survive Block Island Season 1 is out now. Season 2 comes out September 16th for first members. So stay tuned for those. We love you. We'll see you guys next week.
eBay.
Bye.
Bye.